Thank you. Right. All right. Sorry about the technical glitch there. So we're back. Reverend Sam, can we have you on so we can? Excellent. Um, and Philip, if you could take off your screen share so we don't have to see that. Thank you. So the videos that you saw, it's very interesting. The first one about the local government we did from a grant from the MacArthur Foundation in 2012, and it's still as relevant then as it is now. And the second video was done by my colleagues. And it's interesting that I'm not in the video because I don't fit the definition of youth. All of them are under 35. And it was done earlier this year as we prepared for our 10th anniversary. Their own thoughts about what the ideal Nigeria is. So Reverend Sam, a couple of questions from what you shared. I like what you said about you can't create waves, but you can ride them. But one of the things that I realized is that a lot of us are in this state of learned helplessness, as they call it. As you said, the problems are varied, they're multiple anywhere you turn. But what, if anything, I don't know if it's a combination of wearing your leadership hat and your pastor's hat, if you were going to encourage people to not get weighed down by what they see around them, but look, what can encourage people to still be hopeful about Nigeria and not think everything is completely like not going to happen?
Well, I would say it's looking beyond Nigeria. Okay, it's looking beyond Nigeria and realizing that, well, other countries have been through what Nigeria is going through now. The developed part of the world, because when we do a comparison, those are the places that Nigerians want to go. Because at the end of the day, really, we just want improvement in the quality of our lives, and we want the opportunity, we want the freedom, we want the liberty to express our potentials. That's the main thing. So it's good for people to know other countries have been where we are, but at some point they changed. Now, the other important thing is cultural, on the power of the mind. Power is actually a gift. When you check the countries that have developed phenomenally, especially in the Western region of the world, the truth is just simply that they allowed human potential to flourish. The power of the human being is in the mind. Power is actually imagined. Power is imagined. So that's where those of us that know need to do a lot of educating, a lot of reorientation. It is not what they lied to you. You're more powerful than you think. That's why I love the Office of the Citizen campaign. You know why? Because we're in a culture that was basically monarchical in terms of the concept of leadership. Monarchical, it was the king. So you'll see, anytime you say our leaders, the mind of the average Nigerian just goes straight to the president, yeah, and goes to the governors. And for God's sake, we're in a democracy. And in a democracy, the citizen is actually the powerful one. You delegate a bit of your power to the people in government. So you see that what we really need is enlightenment. Our educational system. Why have we not invested massively in education? Because ignorance is deliberately weaponized. You can enslave someone easily when they don't know who they are. Jesus Christ used an illustration. He said, leave them alone. They are blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, the two of them will fall into a ditch. So looking at that illustration, for me, the way to change the equation is to open the eyes of the follower. Open the eyes of the follower. The dynamic will change. Now, if as a follower, your eyes are open and you're still following the blind person and you get into a ditch, then they should beat you. At that point, it's nobody's fault that you went into the ditch. So changing the equation is that enlightenment. It's in the imagination. So we have, advocacy, reorientation, education. We've got, okay, so the Western countries, what really is the secret? The massive investment in education. It's high quality, It's basic, it's free, and it's compulsory. In fact, the curriculum at private schools most of the time is less in quality than that in the public schools. They are deliberate because what goes into a mind will eventually come out in the life. So I would say, okay, what did I do in our organizations? I insisted that our staff should travel on vacation because I know what happened to me when I traveled and saw that what I thought was luxury in Nigeria was actually normal for the average person. Normal was redefined for me, right? So I then said, oh my, I just wish I could take all Nigerians, just take, no, just one quarter of Nigerians, just take them out to the US for 6 months, then bring them back. Of course, if I take them there, they won't come back. So, and it's not even practical to take that much people out. So I've been working on the theory for years. How do you change the mind of a nation? How do I produce the same effect as taking them there without going there? And that's where we have the advantage now. We have social media. We have the technology now. People can see what's going on everywhere. So the educational, formal education has been, they've wrecked that dimension. I think the informal education is the way to go for the average citizen.
Excellent. Thank you very much, sir. Um, so you talked about for next step.